Welcome, freaks! This episode we are going to talk about my review for episode 2 of American Horror Story Season 6, entitled Chapter 2.
Mama's gonna give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Give you love. Give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Give you love. Give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Mama's gonna give you love. Give you love. Give you love.
Okay, guys, welcome to my review. And this episode, again, which is titled Chapter 2, was written by Tim Minear and directed by Michael Goy. Now, if you do not want to be spoiled for American Horror Story Season 6, Episode 2, then do not watch this video. So here we go, guys. The episode started off with Shelby and the man that was scalped. It was so creepy because Lady Gaga comes up behind him, and I know it's her because I can tell by her eyes. She's hunched over, she's limping. It looked like something it was the way she walked. And she's carrying the man's scalp in her hand, so you know that she's the one who took off his scalp, which is, you know, something very old that people did. They don't obviously do that anymore. So somehow, even though Lady Gaga is right behind this man and she sees Shelby because Shelby's flashlight flashes right on her, nobody hears Shelby scream. Nobody runs after her, even though Shelby does run away. Now, unfortunately, while she's running away, Lady Gaga is hissing into Kathy Bates's ear, and she's blabbing something about being the tree and the lightning that strikes it. I promised myself I would go back and I would actually write down what she says, because she's trying to basically insist, I guess, that she's everywhere. She's everything. She's God. And she uses earthly references, so possibly she's Mother Nature. I have no idea. This is just speculation at this point in episode 2. Okay, so it is pretty cool though, because okay, so the guy is tied up and Kathy Bates nails a little dead squirrel to his little hiney, and then they burn him alive to like purify him. Now, Gaga is beside Kathy the entire time, hunched over and whispering into Kathy Bates' ear. I mean, seriously, people, she was Kathy's little Igor. It was actually pretty cool. I really liked that opening. It really told us so much in this episode. Anyway, finally, Gaga notices Shelby peeking in the trees, because by this time, Shelby has found her way back, and Kathy tells her group to seize Shelby. So again, Shelby runs off, and in comes what I think is the Shelby conspiracy. And unfortunately, we're really not going to know because the camera flashes away, so we really can't tell. Anyway, Shelby runs off at this point, and as usual, again, runs into a street, and she is either hit or Lee stops the car in time to just barely touch Shelby. Anyway, at that point, Shelby falls to the ground. So either way, Shelby is fine, but she's fainted, and Lee takes her to the hospital. So the reason why I bring this up, fellow freaks, is due to the fact that I think Shelby is a witch, and we need to watch for the 7 wonder signs in her. And in my next video, I'm going to go over the signs of the 7 wonders that Shelby has already demonstrated in these 2 episodes. So stay tuned for that. And in the hospital, Matt tells Shelby finally that they're going to leave. Yay, celebrate. But she tells him no. Boo. But I guess obviously for the storyline, they stay. At this point, Flora comes to visit Lee. Now, Lee says that she doesn't really want to have her daughter there, seeing as what's been going on. However, she did want to see her daughter. So later, Flora is found talking to an invisible person named Priscilla. And in this conversation, Priscilla asks Flora to run away with her, something like that. And you don't hear Priscilla, but you hear the responses that Flora gives to this spirit, I guess. So that's how I knew that. Priscilla tells Flora basically that she needs her help and will make her a bonnet if she does. And then Priscilla says she wants something to stop and is tired of all of the blood. Now at that point, you mistakenly think that Priscilla might be a good little spirit, but no, not really. Now later in that night, Shelby and Matt hear the pig noises again, which, how the heck can these people have so much energy during the day? They are never asleep at night. They're always up every single night. Anyway, Shelby insists to Matt that she's not gonna like cower under the sheets this time, and that when has she ever? She's always run into the forest to go find out what's in there. So her and Matt have both. Long story short, they both go outside, and she gets lost from Matt again. Which, guys, to be honest with you, this should be a drinking game at this point. Like every time something happens, again, you take a shot. Anyway, they find each other, and they find this burning stick man in the forest with a real dead pig's head for a head. And it's burning, it's on fire. And in anger, Matt knocks it down, thinking that it's racially motivated. They call the cops, they come and actually see it, and they say that they're gonna do something, but they end up giving Matt and Shelby a 24-hour protection, a cop at the end of the driveway, which you're gonna see later. You have no idea where the heck that cop goes after the first night. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, they go back to sleep, and then Matt wakes up about 3 in the morning. He goes downstairs, and he sees an elderly woman in a bed being cared for by 2 young women. And one of them, the woman in the bed, her name is Margaret, one of the nurses in anger, well, I guess in happiness, shoots Margaret in the head, just like out of nowhere. It was really cool. I mean, for the scene, not cool that it happened. Oh, dear Lord, no. But I'm just saying, for a scene, for it to kind of come out of, almost out of nowhere, it was like a big, like, what the heck moment. So that's what I meant. Sorry. Anyway, Matt sees the whole thing. He screams and he runs outside to get the cop. And of course, the cop comes in, finds nothing. Again, take a shot. So then we move on to Lee and Flora. Now, Lee's ex, Mason, comes to get Flora after her visit, and they find her talking to Priscilla in a closet. Now, Flora was offering Priscilla her doll in exchange for Priscilla not killing them, which they're shocked. And Flora continues to tell her parents that they were going to kill them and save Flora for last. So Mason, being the very smart parent that he is, grabs his daughter up and gets her out of that house. I mean, unfortunately, he doesn't give his daughter time to say goodbye to her mother, but he gets his daughter out of that house, which is exactly what I would have done. So unfortunately, this causes Lee, in turn, to fall off the wagon. She gets extremely drunk, and while Lee sleeps off her stupor, Matt and Shelby find an underground, I don't know, like a cellar or something like that. That's kind of outside the house, outside of the kitchen window. And they go down and find what I think to be stuff that looked like it belonged in the basement of Murder House. The cinematography was eerily similar to the shots of the cellar in episode 2, to the shots of the opening credits of Murder House. Eerily similar. So unless it was maybe by the same director, which possibly, I don't think Michael Goy shot the opening sequences. So again, that was just so eerily similar. If you guys want to go back and take a look at that, it was amazing. Loved the cinematography. Anyway, they find a tape, and Dennis O'Hare is on it, and Dennis O'Hare is basically filming like an interview for himself. He says the date is October 11th, 1997. His name is Dr. Elias Cunningham, a professor at the Bradley University. He tells the camera that the forces in the house won't let him sleep, and it shows him things every night, getting worse and worse until it escalated into actual violence. Now, he says he won't go back in the house because something inside it wants to kill him. Now, he says also he's an author that came to the house 2 months ago to write a true crime book, Helter Skelter style. And by the way, out there, guys, he didn't say he was coming out there to write Helter Skelter. He said he was writing a book, Helter Skelter style. So if you guys have never read Helter Skelter, go out there and check it out. I read it in college a long time ago. It's crazy. Miranda and Bridget Jane are sisters. They're 2 nurses, and they go into a backstory of how the girls were fired from their first job in the 80s. So then they opened their own nursing home and only took patients with certain criteria. They picked out people with certain names so they could spell the word murder. When, let me tell you something. When the cops came into the house, into the farmhouse to get the sisters after word had gotten out that they had been killing their patients, walkers, and I don't mean zombies, I mean actual like walkers that assist elderly people in walking. They were strapped to the walls of the house when they entered. Now, when Matt and Shelby first entered the house in the beginning of episode 1, old wooden chairs were strapped to the walls. So I wonder if there's like a connection there. And to let you guys know, so you can also go back and take a peek at it as well, because again, that's like something cool that I caught. So anyway, the nurses fled before the cops could actually get to them. And it left the word unfinished. The last R in murder was never put together. And we're gonna go over that in the last bit of this because I'm missing the letter D and we don't know who the last person is for the letter R. So we're gonna talk about that at the end of the video. So after the nurses left, new people, like new owners, came in, painted over the letters that the nurses had scrolled on the wall. However, they always showed through the paint until finally somebody had the good common sense to cover it with wallpaper. And at that point, Matt stops the video, goes to that point of the house where he had the vision, peels down the wallpaper, and he sees the word M-U-R-D-E scrawled on the walls, of course with the R missing. So they go back to the movie and Elias continues to say that he thinks that the nurses didn't actually get away, that something in the woods, like, something in the woods took them or like got to them first. I don't remember exactly the word he used, but he insists that something in the woods got to them first. And anyway, he says he's going to go back into the house because he has to see it. He has to see what it is. So he took the camera with him and something does attack him when he's in the house. I'm not sure what happened to him, but I do know who attacked him. I paused my television right at the appropriate moment and let's take a peek at it. That was Kathy Bates. That was Kathy Bates. I thought that was awesome. At first I thought it was Lily, but then I kept going back and I spent like 5 minutes trying to pause it at the perfect moment. And then I saw it was Kathy. I thought that was awesome. So yeah, that was Kathy that attacked him. So anyway, at one point during this, Lee wakes up from her stupor. There's pigtails hanging from the wall at the end of the hallway, and she's getting scared, and then she closes her eyes and opens them, and then when she looks in the mirror, she sees the pig man. And credit to Angela Bassett's acting in this scene. She really truly appeared purely terrified. So kudos to her. I really thought that her acting was amazing. Now, moving on to Matt and Shelby, they have an eerily similar encounter with their representative from the bank. It's similar to Vivian and their realtor, Margaret. I want to say it's, no, Marcy. That's it. It's Marcy. Margaret. It's eerily similar to Vivian and Marcy's conversation in Murder House. So just, I know you guys out there think there's a lot of Coven and Murder House references, and my God, there really is. Maybe there is a point. Maybe this is somehow going to be connected to Murder House. So, okay, anyway. So basically, Matt and Shelby cannot sell their home at the same price. They're going to need to take a hit, blah, blah, blah. They can't sell it. So as soon as the guy leaves, Lee shows up with Flora. Now, Lee says that she wanted to see Flora, and there she was. And the next thing she knows, she was just heading back to the farmhouse with her. Now, I am concerned at this point as to whether Flora is actually real. But however, unfortunately, Mason, I believe Shelby calls Mason, and he is frantic with worry looking for his daughter. So possibly that theory of mine is just blown out of the water. But Shelby kind of hushes the situation a little bit, gets it calmed down. Mason's going to come back and pick up the girl, and no cops are going to be called. So Lee goes to say goodbye to Flora, and Flora's gone. So Lee runs around the woods, and there's mist, people. Just saying. When Angela Bassett's running around the woods, there's mist everywhere at the bottom of the woods. And you know it too because it's during the day. So, and I apologize about the reflection in my glasses. I need my computer now to get these reviews. There are also bloody pigtails. And I'm not telling you guys like, pigtails. I'm talking about like the tails of actual pigs that have been cut from their little bodies that are actually been nailed into the tree. So that's so weird. I wonder if those are like at one time been people. Anyway, at the end of the show, Lee finds Flora's yellow jacket that she was wearing when she disappeared, almost at the top of an impossibly tall tree for Flora to climb. So Lee lets out a big scream and the show ends. Now, I'm going to do my predictions for episode 3 in the next video. I'm also going to do another video regarding Shelby demonstrating the 7 wonders and which one she has already demonstrated in the first 2 episodes. We're also going to go over the actual letters of murder because we know that M is for Margaret, U is for Una, R is for Robert, E is for Eunice. I don't know who D was. I went back, I even rewatched that scene, and either I missed the D a second time or they did not go over it. So maybe you guys could please help me in the comments below. Who was the victim for letter D? Let's go on that one. And then obviously they never got to finish, so R was never done. So who possibly could have been R? Possibly somebody who was already at the retirement home, possibly somebody who had yet to come. Maybe they're not important at all. I just want to hear your thoughts in the episode below. And my overall thoughts for the episode was, it was pretty good. I know that Ryan and Brad are giving us specific little tiny details to make sense of the story later. There has also been leaked information that Ryan has actually said that in episode 6, something major happens, something that's going to blow our minds. And I am very much looking forward to episode 6. Maybe we'll do a live stream that day during the episode. I'm not sure. However, I know that I'll look into seeing what I can do about actually showing you guys the screen that time. So I will look into it, but I can't make any promises. So again, guys, I'm going to put out a couple of videos, but that is my review for episode 2 entitled Chapter 2. I am looking very forward to episode 3 and getting more information about our characters. My favorite character so far has to be definitely Lee. I really like how she's honest. She's a true person. I mean, she just seems like a real true person. She has flaws. She has rough edges. We all have rough edges. We are not perfect people. And the more flaws that these characters have, the more I like them. So far, Lee has been my favorite. Please tell me who your favorite is in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I sincerely appreciate it. Don't forget to like it if you like the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, Beyond the Horror is every Wednesday night immediately following the premiere of American Horror Story Season 6. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Mother Supreme says bye.